you doing?
Hi, Jensen. I'm doing great.
Yeah, how are things going?
Well, I mean, could be doing better, I guess. We discussed goals. I don't remember them all, honestly, because I tried to do the, set up a schedule, on Sundays. My homework, it's all due Thursdays and Sundays. It's rough. I don't plan myself out like that. I'm more of a kind of like at the moment type thing. And honestly, some days I'm just free and I can knock out my homework. But trying to get homework done too as well, which I believe we discussed, like doing some of it every night. Some nights, I think you know how it is. You just don't want to do anything. And I just wasn't. I mean, I get my homework done sometimes, but I'm not like failing. I'm not struggling that much. I'm pushing off to the last minute like I've always done my entire life with everything.
Yeah.
And,
does that stress you out more?
I'm great for most of the days until the day I'm doing it, of course. But yeah, no, you're right. It does stress me out. And I tried doing the schedule once.
The calendar that we talked about?
Yeah, the calendar. I just didn't do it. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. It just doesn't work for me, I guess. I'm not saying it's a bad idea, and I appreciate it. I do. It just didn't work for me.
Yeah, and sometimes, there's a situation where sometimes it works for some people and sometimes it works for no one. And so definitely during this meeting, and this is our third meeting, and we'll have one more meeting after this, but during this meeting we kind of just want to go over the goals and objectives that we created. And it already sounds like you kind of have some concerns about some of the ones we've already talked about. So going over those and maybe creating some new ones and being able to talk about how you can implement those in your life and be able to go through with those and find something that actually works for you.
Yeah. I thought maybe, there's no for sure on this, but if I give myself less than every day to do some homework, because, just doing, let's say an hour, I'm not the guy who's going to put my stopwatch on, and just let it run for an hour and see how far I get. I'm going to have my TV on while I'm working. I'm not going to get anything done. I'm just not. So if I set it to where, I work really hard the day it's due, the day before. That's how procrastinators have always worked. They get their stuff done.
Do you feel like you get work done better once you wait till last minute?
Yeah, but the quality of the work is probably not as good.
Yeah,
but yeah, I get more quantity over quality for sure. But if there's a way that I could produce the amount of quantity I'm doing in less of a range, I don't want to do, my homework's due Thursday, and then after, I get most of it, I get it at the beginning of the week. Some of it I get it on Sunday, but most of it, I'll get it on Thursday, and then that's one due date, and then one due day is also on Sunday.
Okay.
So potentially if I just did homework Monday, Tuesday, because if I'm doing it on Wednesday, that's what I'm doing it all now. It's Wednesday and Thursday morning, and I'm not getting any sleep.
And you have it due on Sundays, right? Because you're doing online classes?
I am.
Okay.
So if I potentially just, what we talked about was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I even think that we were discussing doing Saturday, Sundays, and I work Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
So you're just feeling a little overwhelmed by having to...
Yeah, my life isn't super stressful at the moment. It's fine. It's just I'm creating stress by, because I would put my homework in front of me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I was doing that. It just wasn't getting anything done. It was just in front of me. An hour would hit, or I would have been time myself. I'll be honest, but.
Do you feel like during those times you want to be doing something else, like going and playing basketball, or?
I look at my assignment, I try to do it, I get some of it done or whatever. If it's typing, I get some of the typing done, but you just eventually zone out. And then you're maybe tired. I'm not even gonna lie, one of these days I was just typing and I woke up. I was sleeping. I fell asleep. Yeah. So I don't even know if I was tired, but maybe I guess I need to get more sleep as well.
Yeah, well, let's go ahead and look at the goals that we originally set, and then you can just let me know if you've tried any of them so far, or if you've tried them and they haven't worked, so you want to change it.
So what we've already discussed on the,
Yeah, we can change the planner one because it sounds like it didn't work at all. Also, I know that because we originally talked about using a planner and sitting on Sundays and mapping out your week, and it sounds like you said that wasn't working because you kind of like to more plan your days day to day.
Yeah, I'm a day-to-day guy. I don't, even with my girlfriend when she wants to invite me to stuff, I don't know. Like she's a spur of the moment type person as well as I am. We just don't get our stuff
Okay, that's fine.
all scheduled out. I mean, I can't account for those things.
Yeah,
So.
that's totally fine. And then another thing that we had was doing homework every night, and it sounds like you don't that you tried that as well, and it was just.
Yeah, I was doing it.
It
It wasn't that I did attempt it, and I was still attempting it coming into this day. I just didn't get much of it done to where it was valuable use of my time. I would rather, I mean, even if I was out playing basketball and I was using more than one day a week having fun playing sports, if I was doing 2 days a week playing sports, playing video games with my friends, I was still getting the same amount of work done that I was doing the 7 days, 1 hour than I would just the day before. And it just doesn't seem to make much sense. I'm just sitting on my butt with homework in front of me, not getting enough of it done.
And then the last objective that we had was taking 15 credits per semester. I know that you're still in your original semester. Have you planned for next semester? Or?
Yeah, no, that's great. I'm going to totally do that. I might even be more. If it's not as much as 15, I'll have to I'll have to accommodate to that and do 17 or 18, whatever it is. But I think I'm going to be able to do that, and I'll just I'll be able to take away some of my work for that. So I'm not really too much worried about that. The amount of homework might be a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
I haven't come to that, though. So.
Well, it's good that you've already made a plan, though, and plan to set something aside so that you can plan your classes out. So those 3 objectives were for the original just long-term goal to graduate with a degree. So taking away those 2 that really didn't work, have you had any ideas on 2 objectives that would help you graduate with a degree?
I haven't thought much about it.
Okay.
I guess we've always stuck with just getting my stuff done and valuing. I mean, I still really need to work on how I'm using my time. I haven't been using it all well. A lot of it's mainly work ethic. I'm not saying that I'm not a motivated human being, but when it comes to it, if no one's there to monitor me, I do waste a lot of my time. I'm a zoner. I zone out, and I don't feel like that's going to help me in my long-term goal to get my degree. And if I don't overcome that issue that I have, which I'm sure a lot of people my age and younger and even some older have the same issue, then I'm never going to be successful after I get my degree. I have no fear that I will not obtain my degree.
That's good.
I think that the goals that we have set so far and where I'm at, I'll be able to get it done.
To motivate you a little bit more.
Yeah, I guess mainly I'm just, I want to be able to make sure that it means something.
Okay, that's great. And we did talk about in the last session about how one of the big ones was managing your time, and that's kind of what the calendar was for. So do you think that, especially going along the lines of doing homework every night, have you considered maybe setting aside 2 days a week or 3 days a week?
Yeah, we talked. I was suggesting that maybe if I limit myself that if I could somehow convince myself that I have to get all my homework done within these 2 days, I'm sure that if it was Monday and Tuesday, for example, I probably wouldn't do a lot on Monday.
And you said your
But
classes...
I would get it all done on Tuesday.
Your homework was due on Thursdays and Sundays?
Thursdays and Sundays, yeah. And I want to avoid doing all of it on Wednesdays. And because if I give myself Wednesday to work on my homework, I'm telling you now, I will do all my homework on Wednesday.
Yeah, and you've told me, but previously, is this correct, that you work Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays?
Correct.
So really, your only free days are Monday, Wednesdays, and Sundays.
Yes, but I mean, I'm open to working or to doing some homework after. I would be open to doing homework after work, but the problem is that on those days, I don't know how I'm going to be feeling. It's a labor-intense job.
Yeah.
I don't know when I'm off. It's a clock out when you're done type job. I can't account for any of those. I'm not trying to say I'm not motivated enough, but I probably won't be doing my homework on days after that going into it.
Yeah, so would you want to try to set a goal maybe that you dedicate Mondays and Wednesdays to doing homework? So maybe Wednesdays are dedicated for...
I don't want to do
Sunday's homework and Monday...
I'm afraid that if I was doing the Wednesday... If I'm doing homework at all before the day it's due, I will be doing it all before the day is due, if you get what I'm saying.
So you wouldn't...
I want that day... I want to be able to convince myself that the day my assignments due the day before it was actually due, to prevent procrastinating literally to the last moment.
What about if you did what about if you did Thursday's homework on Monday and then Sunday's homework on Wednesday?
That's a great idea.
Okay, do you want to write that down for one of maybe our objectives that you can work on?
Okay, and
Just
when we
try
talk
maybe
about
homework
we would
2
just
days
talk
a week.
about when we come back and see how it's doing.
Yeah, see how it's going, if
Okay,
that
yeah.
worked at all, and just because then it gives you time to do your homework, and it really gives you a time where you can sit down and work on that and not be stressed out about work.
Yeah, and it's going to, honestly, like, we talked a lot about, the main reason I'm here was because of my work incident and the lack of sleep I was getting. If I could, I don't get any sleep Wednesday night, and Thursday all I do is sleep after work because I'm so tired. That's how it has been since the last time I've seen you. So maybe that would actually help with my sleep. Because I have been doing better on my sleep.
That's great.
Outside of those 2 days.
Yeah, and
You know,
especially managing your time and giving each day a kind of certain reason or a purpose for each day is, and having a list of tasks for each day really ends up making you have easier time going to sleep because then you know you completed all those tasks.
Exactly. So I think we got those goals then.
Yeah, and then just for better sleep and just the things that we kind of talked about is, making sure that you're getting enough sleep every night and to help you end up doing well in school and that's going well for you.
Yep.
Okay, well, that's great. And if you have any more questions, we can talk about the rest of the goals and see how they're going. We've talked about some ways maybe you can change it a little bit. And at our next session, our last session, we'll go over how those went and if anything changed for you.
Okay, well, I'm excited, and I hope that it goes well. I want to be able to show you that I have actually accomplished everything, and that as time comes, you can set me free.
I believe you can.
All right.
Okay, nice day. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.